Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be looking at chapter 25 of Peopleware, which is called competition. It's a phenomenon that exists between companies, and so theoretically it could exist within a company. People with the mindset that a winner takes all or most, and thus that they need to get ahead by outperforming their peers, could be forgiven for applying that attitude to their teammates, even though they're on the same side. Sometimes managers even encourage it on their teams for whatever perverse reasons. The truth is that intra-team competition reduces gel and should be avoided to the extent that it's possible. The authors offer an example of why this kind of competition is unhealthy by comparing a team to a family and noting that competition between siblings, when they're children, is sometimes tolerated since they will each have to, as adults, stand up to competition in the real world. But the truth is that when siblings have that mindset, they are more likely to end up with strained or non-existent relationships later in life. Sibling relationships are also important since they take place early in one's life and thus set a precedent for how a person will ultimately treat his friends, coworkers, and spouse. The workplace isn't really a family, but the better you can make people feel at home with their environment and teammates, the more they'll have the mental space to focus on their work. The authors point out that when inter-team competition is present, there's a negative side effect that learning and teaching between people slows down and even stops. If people are afraid of their teammates, they won't be vulnerable to open themselves up to learning for fear of looking stupid. This ends up being a huge loss to the company, as knowledge and skill transfer is a rising tide that raises all boats across the organization. Coaching feels good and is important for personal and professional development. And fostering, or allowing to fester, a culture of competition negates the possibility for all these positive outcomes for your people. Up to this point, we've spent a lot of time talking about teamicide and the things that kill symbiosis on a team, and the authors have 5 more things to add to the list. First, annual salary or merit reviews. Second, management by objectives. Third, praise of certain workers for extraordinary accomplishment. Fourth, awards, prizes, and bonuses tied to performance. And finally, performance measurement in almost any form. These generally seem like fine things and are certainly observed across the modern workforce, but the authors warn that any action which rewards teammates differently is likely to foster competition, and thus that they need to try to do what they can to stop this from happening. Instead, when managing a team, you should foster a sense that an individual's success is inextricably tied to the success of the team as a whole, and vice versa. That's all for this chapter. I hope you enjoyed it and found it thought-provoking, and I'll see you all in the next one.